busy stretch, potentially 7 games, and I think 22 days, something like that. Does that change at all the way you treated this little break that you're in right now?
Thanks for letting me know we have 7 games in 22 days, Jeremiah.
I'm sure you hadn't realized that a bit.
Hadn't realized that. No, on a serious note, no, it doesn't change the preparation. I mean, the physical periodization, I think we have down. We've got good data from, all this year. I think we kind of know the rhythm of this particular group. It's good to get a couple of days break in there, mental recovery as well as a physical recovery. The challenge with the amount of games coming up is always the same. What condition are the internationals going to come back in? Hopefully no injuries tonight or tomorrow night. Just let's keep our fingers crossed. And then getting them reacclimated, getting all the travel out, making sure that nothing bad is there. And then just getting back up on the horse. I mean, Minnesota's going to be a challenging game for many different reasons. That's the most important game. It's the one we're going to focus on. And then we got another big game on the Tuesday, which is one that we all want to win. So how do you balance that? The message is no. Minnesota is absolutely the most important one. That's how we're going to coach it. That's how we're going to substitution patterns, all of that. And then we'll see what we get out of Santos.
Does your past experience with testing your depth give you more, or does it change your outlook going into this stretch, and does it give you make it a little easier to not maybe feel like you have to rush the internationals back?
A little easier. Look, we were able to do a lot of different things this year. Number one, we've done this now a couple cycles in a row, bringing 15, 16, 17-year-old kids into preseason and getting them a taste of the first-team environment. I think that helped in some of the games against Austin, with Obed and, stuff like that, Reed, all of that sort of stuff. I think we've been able to, kind of manage on the front foot in a sense that we started off really well. And that gave us a little bit more, okay, well, we're in first place. We can, let's try this. Let's put this kid in there. Let's give him a chance. So that helped us a little bit. And then there's the final piece, the last piece, the one that I'm probably most proud of this year. And I know you've written about our home form hasn't been great. We're working on that solution. But our road form has been tremendous. And that gives me confidence, along with the other two pieces of having young guys that are ready, knowing that we're in a good position in the standings, and that mentality of that group. Those three things, make my job a little easier.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about Minnesota, and they pressed you in their opening game when they visited here.
Yeah.
What are you kind of expecting from them?
Same. Look, they've got a tough schedule. They've got Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, midweek in Sporting KC. Who are they going to bring? They've got a home game the following Saturday. What does Adrian do? He's a good coach. He's got his team back in the hunt. We'll be prepared. We'll be prepared if he presses us, outside in. We'll be prepared if he sits back. We'll try and cover all the bases.
So Steph Fry out here looked like he was training with the starters potentially. What's his status and what's your outlook on him?
Yeah, I mean, Steph, provided nothing further happens bad in training, will be available for selection. So, there's a very good chance that he'll be on the field.
What have you made of the transitioning to the international break? What have you made of kind of what's been going on with your national team? And as a coach, I'm sure you sympathize with what Berhalter has had to go through with discipline.
Well, as far as the discipline is concerned, that's a no-brainer. I mean, that's a no-brainer for me. This is a 7-day window where there's rules in place, and I would expect that our guys follow the rules that are laid out. Greg has his hands full only in the sense that media is making a lot of pressure. Yes, there's pressure in my job. I have full confidence. He's a tremendous coach. We have good players. Actually, again, I mentioned this the other day. I like what Clint said in the interview the other day after the El Salvador game. I mean, he was there. They'd had 2 draws. There, it's a tough place to play. Okay, the home game, yeah, Canada played well. They sat back. He's got to solve that one for sure. If teams come in and sit back, who does he play up front to create chances? But he had that game in control at 1-0, So kudos to him. And then, Canada had a good response, and it's 1-1, and everybody's, up in arms. So what I would say is that, again, I'm a little more, calm. I think what I hear from Greg in his interviews, he's calm, he's confident, and he's got to give his players the confidence to play, which I think he does a good job. So I'm firmly in the U.S. camp, and, they'll get results.
You talked a little bit about the home form. How important is kind of getting that first goal early? That's something you guys have struggled with a little bit here recently.
Yeah, it's very important. Whether you're home, away, World Cup qualifying, MLS regular season, I mean, it's always critical. What I would say is we're watching again, Raul, see what happens there. We've got Will, we've got Freddie, 2 proven goal scorers. How do we, incorporate Christian back because his game's Wednesday and tonight, and if he doesn't play, is he fit to go? I mean, we're watching all of that, but I have confidence in my team that we can score. It shifts subtly when you substitute, Raul out and Will in. That's why we're training a little bit today. And then when Freddie gets on the field, you have to understand Freddie's tendencies. So, it's good for us to kind of train all those options. And then, hopefully we can score the first goal against Minnesota.
What is Nuhu's status these days?
We're trying to push him through. He still gets some random pain in that area. So the doc think he's okay. So we just need to, get him over that last. Maybe it's mental. How much of that is mental versus the physical part of it, So I'm still hopeful that he's involved in the game.
Leo Chu's obviously been in training. How does he look now that he's had about a week of training here?
Look good. Do you see his header goal? I mean, he looked pretty good. So, he continues to incorporate himself into the group, into the team. He understands a little bit now. We had some film this morning just to get us ready, We're working with him on an individual basis just to get him up to speed. So he's looked pretty good.
One question from Jada Evans from the Seattle Times, who's joined us via Zoom. You've touched on it a little bit with the discrepancy between road form and home form. Anything you can point to as a reason, or anything you're looking to address on that front?
I wish I knew. I wish I had an answer. Jada, I don't know. I mean, it's just MLS is a funny league. It's a hard league. I mean, we've overcome so much adversity this year, so this is just another, MLS type season. I'm just hoping that we can correct the home form rolling into the playoffs, because that's always important. I think you really get a bump in the playoffs if you're the home team. But then again, if we have to go on the road and play a playoff game, I'm confident in that as well.
You played in San Pedro Sula before. What's it like playing down there in Honduras? How do you expect to?
I think JP scored a couple goals there his first go around, so maybe that's a good thing for the U.S. team. It wasn't good that they came back against us 2-2, but no, it's a Central American stadium. The grass is always going to be heavy, high. The stadium's going to be full. It does have the track around it, so the crowd's a little bit further away, but look, it'll be rocking. It'll be a good atmosphere, and we'll see which American players step up.